Hello everyone, greetings of the day. We move to this video now which talks about the advantages or the positive outcomes of why budgetary control is done. All right. So let's proceed. We have seen in the earlier video that what is a budget and what are its objectives, why is a budget made, what is budgetary control and its objectives. All right. My name is Dr. Samir Divanji, and we will now look at a quick recap. A budget is a detailed estimated plan of operations for a specific future period. All right. We said that every organization has a budget, every department has a budget. That's exactly a roadmap for the financial year ahead. Financial year is 1st April to 31st March. Budgetary control is a great tool for the management. It is a tool for controlling costs. It's a tool to measure efficiency. It's a tool to audit. It's a tool to see where we are and how we are doing. So it is essential to control costs and maximize profits. All right. So you need a budgetary controls process to establish budgets, constantly compare actual with budgeted results. You don't wait for the end of the year. You keep doing it every week, every day, every month, of course. Ascertaining the responsibility for future in the achievement of budgeted targets and revision of budgets in the light of changed environment. All right. So if there are any things that you need to change, suddenly something has come up and you need to revise your budgets. Now let's go to the main body of this video, which is advantages. All right. What are the advantages of budgets or budgetary control? When you have a specific roadmap or specific figure in terms of target, as I said, budgets are not just for revenues, it is also for your guest satisfaction scores in a hotel or your departmental employee engagement scores or employee satisfaction scores. It is for the number of people in the staff in the department, the staff in the department. So it eliminates uncertainty, provides a planned approach to every activity. You have to sell rooms, you know exactly the approach to it. You want to take a floor for renovation, you know exactly how many rooms and how much budget per room. All right, so there's a planned approach to every activity, thus eliminating uncertainty. It's a result of team effort or various brains. They always say that one head, instead of one head, it's good to have five heads thinking, because somebody may be very intelligent, but another person may come up with something that this intelligent person has not thought about. So it's always great to have team effort. All right. So you have different brains coming together and brainstorming. So it's several top management bosses, HODs coming together in keeping with the management or organizational objectives. That's very important. Everything has to be aligned with the organizational objectives. Optimal use of capital resources. It guides the hotel to use its capital resources in the most profitable manner. All right. Everything that you have, how can we use it to the maximum? We've never thought of that, but let's apply revenue management techniques. This business room space is not let out by guests, not rented by guests much. It's not let out by us. So how else can we use it? Can it double up as an office, or can we rent one of our suites permanently for office? I don't know. It is absolutely every space that you use, every resource that you use to the optimum. Easy availability of working capital. All right. Your cash expenses budgets ensures that you have sufficient capital, because it's all budgeted, it's approved, it's signed off. So you don't have to, for every little thing, keep going back and taking too many permissions, because this is your budgeted expenses. So you know exactly the cash flow and the expense flow. All right. And it pinpoints the person on whom the responsibility can be fixed. Next point is effective coordination. All right, because budgeting itself is an activity which is a teamwork, not just within the department, but also your allied departments. Because if front office doesn't sell rooms, housekeeping cannot make rooms, and vice versa. Also, housekeeping also has to make rooms well. So it also is great coordination and teamwork. All right. Similarly, a lot of revenues in the coffee shop or the all-day diner, as we say, 24 hours coffee shop, is a function of the occupancy. So it has to be a coordinated team work. So budgeting results in effective coordination between departments as goals of each department are interlinked. How will your spa manager sell spa treatments if you don't have enough in-house guests? Is it not? All right. Or if your sales team doesn't go out there in the city and get a lot of banqueting business, how will your banquets specifically and F&B in general do well? If not, how will your kitchen bring down its food cost or justify the presence of so many staff members? So it is so linked together. Every single person is linked to another person in terms of staff for in the hotel. So it is all super interlinked. As I said earlier, responsibility can be pinpointed. So here, more than the person, it is the department in a hotel that you are supposed to get this kind of revenues, this kind of clientele, this kind of ARRs or RevPARs for us. All right. Or this housekeeping supplies cost or the room cost is your headache. So you know that you know exactly where the buck stops. Spotlight on deviation. As I said, it's a great control mechanism. So you're always checking the actual performance vis-a-vis the budgeted one. So you can spot the deviation very well. So deviations can be seen and areas of improvement can be identified before it's too late. Before your profits dwindle or before your budget goes completely haywire, you can spot minor deviations and quickly take action. All right. Because you're looking at your budgeted roadmap and actual roadmap. Serves as a guiding light. Budgeting provides a benchmark for actual performance and shows the path to achieve. Budgets are almost always a notch higher than what you think you can achieve. All right. Sometimes you feel, oh God, how can I do this? But that's what budgeting is. It also helps you push yourself. It helps the organization do better than the previous year. All right. And it provides a bigger benchmark or higher benchmark, as we say. So it is something that you're pushing the envelope constantly. Again, as we said, utilization of resources. So here we are actually saying man, machine, and material. These are the most important resources. And you know exactly what you're going to do with each one of them and how. All right. So you know exactly the employees that are there and how they can be used today. Multi-skilling, multitasking, dual duties, lot of things. You have to utilize them to the optimum. All right. As I said, if a space or a machine is not at its optimum, can you do something else along with it? All right. If you have an excellent bakery and machinery in that and a good staffing there, you can, I'm sure, provide croissants or bread to your sister hotel in the city, all right, every day. Or you can open a little counter in the lobby where you sell fresh produce. So this, when you start thinking, you come to know that there are a lot of ways in which you can optimize revenues and utilization. And finally, we have good incentives for employees. So what happens is budgets, when you meet them, yeah, there are of course the satisfaction or the motivation that you get, but that's intangible, but also tangible, because all your performances are linked to these budgets. Your KRA, key result area, every employee has a KRA on which he or she is appraised. If that is achieved, then you do well, you are in for bonus or incentives. So these also in turn are great for motivation. All right. So it's a good incentives for employees to get rewards and recognition for achieving targeted. So the entire culture of the organization becomes better because obviously you are rewarding the right people or the departments, and if the hotel does well, everybody does well. So that's incentive for employees. So this is what we wrote in the advantages of budgets and budgetary control. You can look at the description for references and for the quiz that we have made. And I hope this has been informative. Thank you. I'll see you again in the next session.